Hey everybody, welcome to TradeScope. My name is Luis Garcia and I'm a part-time trader. This is my weekly recap where I cover all of the stocks that I've been trading recently. Before I get started, I gotta let you know that this video is for educational purposes only and is not meant to be taken as financial advice. So without further ado, let's get started. I did 3 trades this week. Really, only one of them mattered, but still some interesting things to talk about. So I'll start with my first trade, which was front door, FTDR. If you followed me last week, you know that I got into this trade by accident. So I was holding a 50 share position at the end of last week, mostly because it dropped right here on this day from $62 to $59.25. I had a limit order set for $60, so it filled it on Friday night. This week it opened up and went all the way down to $57. I set a limit order to sell at $59. So Tuesday came around, lost $50. My order triggered, not a big deal. Wasn't too worried about it. I was just happy to be out of this thing because the initial trade setup that I had for it, which was this, let me just grab my doodle pen here. My initial trade setup was basically get in on this candle and then ride it up, and I missed that, and I just never canceled my order. So it dropped, triggered my order, and then I got out on the way back up. So that's basically what happened. Minus $50, not a big deal. So my next trade was one of the more interesting things I saw this week, which was PLTR, PLTR. I believe they had earnings this week, if I remember. Trying to see, 3 days ago, lots and lots of news. What's this one say? Classic is currently up, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't say anywhere. I'm pretty sure it was like an earnings report. But either way, I got into it, I think it was Monday or Tuesday when I first saw it. Yeah, I think it was Monday. I got in it when I saw it shooting up. It was up like 15%. Obviously, you see this big gap here. So I got in it right on this candle. Let's go to the daily, or the 1 minute chart. Actually, let's do like the 15 minute. That'll probably work better. So just to show you guys where I was kind of trading this thing. So yeah, here's the gap. I got in it, I think I was like 101 or something like that, and I was looking for a break of the high that day, which was 106. I wrote it up to 106, and I was looking for the break. It never happened, so I ended up getting out of it before it, in case it tanked back to fill that gap. So yeah, I ended up getting out of it like a $60 winner. So I basically broke even when you added it with my FTDR trade. Not a big deal. Little disappointed because then obviously it went ahead and took off without me later in the week, but that's okay. I think I might do a deep dive on this one. So stay tuned because I'd like to find a good entry. Yeah, so you can see it kind of like took off later on in the week, 115. Whew. Yeah, this thing just moved, man. I remember seeing this thing at like $40 thinking, yep, when I get some money, I'm going to, throw it in there for like a long-term play. Never got around to it, and it just keeps going higher and higher. So yeah, I'd really like to do a deep dive on this one just to kind of talk more about what it does, what they're doing at Palantir, why is it going up so much? It seems like it's going to be like the favorite this year, kind of like NVIDIA was the past couple of years. I feel like this is quickly becoming the favorite. So Anyways, that's kind of what I'm thinking about for PLTR. Try to find a good place for an entry, because right now I think it's too high. But more to come on PLTR. Definitely not done with it. So let's go to LIPO, the real moneymaker this week. So as you guys know, if you've been following the channel, I've been doing a lot of momentum trades lately. So on the 6th, this thing, I think, reported some sort of FDA approval. Yeah, FDA approval for LIPO Pharmaceuticals granted FDA approval for expanded access program for LP310 and oral lichen planus. I don't even know what that is, but looks like they get develop innovative unmet medical needs. Is an innovative localized therapy formulated to provide targeted relief for OLP patients with minimizing systemic exposure. It's a chronic inflammatory condition affecting the mucous membranes inside the mouth, often causing burning pain, white patches, swollen tissues, and open sores. That sounds awful. I feel very bad for those people who have that. But the important thing is that FDA approval for biotech. The news comes out. It acts like a catalyst. It's low float. I think it was like 200K in the float, 600K, something like that. Very small float. Buyers outweigh sellers, so you get a lot of demand, less supply, and what happens, the thing just skyrockets, right? And that's exactly what happened. I think it was up at one point. Let's see, if it went all the way to 7, and it was down at $2.63 the day before. You figure that's almost like a 300% increase, right, in a day. And so I saw it on my scanners very early that morning. So I'll go back to the intraday, try to do like 5 minutes so we could see what was going on with this thing. Because I traded it pretty early that morning, I remember. Okay. So yes, I was following it. I believe I was following it right here. It breaks 6, and I'm thinking, okay, the high over here was 644. If it could break through 640, then it could possibly, break higher. It already had a lot of volume. It was already up like 200% on the day. So I decided to get in at $6.05 right on this candle. See, actually I could draw a line right here. So yeah, I decided to get in at right about there, $6.05. So I get in there, it breaks higher, goes up to 641, and then I think I sold it at 645. So it was like right here I sold it at, something like that. Because I know I had 1,500 shares, and it must have been 655 actually. Because I had 1,500 shares, so I made 50 cents. I put in the order for 645, but I think it was higher, but it was already higher than 645 at that moment, so it filled me at like 651 or something like that. Anyways, made about $700 on that one trade in like 2 minutes of trading. It was great. Open the laptop, open up my scanners, find the stock. Everything looks good. News looks good. Catalyst looks good. Volume looks good. The chart looks good. Momentum. Everything looked great. Volume. So get into the trade. It takes off. Boom. I'm in. I'm out. I'm done. $700 for the week. Paycheck for the week. And I spent like 3 minutes. So that was a really great day. That's what I do like about momentum trades. They can be risky when things don't go your way. So always got to be careful. Always got to be a manager of risk first. But I'm very happy with how this trade went. It made me my money for the week. And yeah, that's really all I got for this week. All it takes is one good trade to set you up, and on to next week. So Let me know what you guys think. If you traded any of these stocks today, let me know what you think about PLTR. I feel like that one's a pretty popular one. Like I said, I'll probably do a deep dive on it coming up. Leave any comments you have down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you next week.